With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Slot man moves right. On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. To throw is Jackson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game planned for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game planned for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Jackson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 3rd down, here's Dillon. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Touchdown! Michael Thomas, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They start the drive with a give to Allen. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A great effort right from the snap there on the defensive side from Amari Barno. On 2nd and 12, Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Trucks over him. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. It's complete. He's got Gronk. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And I put my first tally mark next to the Brady to Gronk counter here.
I think it may be the first of many because once they get going, look out. Things tend to snowball. Tom Brady trusts Gronk as much as any receiver I think he's thrown to in his career. And it's evident when you see that.
And that's saying something.
That's saying something right there. But he's earned it.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 37 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Again, it's Brady. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now a carry for Allen. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Brady going to go on 4th down. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4, and the ball will go over on the goal line stand. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by the veteran Richard Sherman. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. He's one of the bigger receivers in the game, CD, and his size that time certainly helped against double coverage.
Yeah, you're still a little bit of a disadvantage when you're going against multiple defenders when they're trying to double you and sometimes triple you. But you're exactly right. With his build, he could minimize that disadvantage, and he more than held his own and held that one in right there.
And going deep for Hill. And it's caught. Touchdown. Taysom Hill, 51 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Working free to drop it for the sack there was Amari Barno. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. They'll run for it. This is Allen. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. A gutsy call there. Yates at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
Brady now on 1st down. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A really nice gain of 25 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Darius Slay with a pick. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks him right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the 1st down. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Now a handoff up the middle. Allen, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Brady. His pass caught at the 4. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
A 6-yard gain brings up.
They'll run. This is Allen. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Now Brady got to have this one. Touchdown! Stevie Johnson. A 5-yard touchdown. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Jackson. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 27 yards there, a first down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They run once more with Dillon. And he's brought down. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. The offense back out on the field here following the 2-minute warning. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look to grab a late lead. They'll look to run with Dillon. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A.J. Dillon punching it in from a yard away as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. They do tack on the extra point as well, and the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This fielded right at the goal line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent.
Gronkowski's going to go. And he goes diving to get as much as he can following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Brady to throw. And he's got it. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Deebo Samuel from 17 yards out. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Ronnie Lott. Shreds into the stiff arm. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Up the middle they go. It's Allen. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Gold with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be up.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it? And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the 6-time Pro Bowler Eric Allen. I think